Good morning everyone. I have the entire day to myself today and I'm just sort of giddy with the excitement of it all. I can't figure out what to do, and I'm not gonna have one of those days that I normally do. When I've got the whole day to myself, I tend to sort of bounce around from sort of activity to activity, just trying to find the best way to spend my day. And today is not going to be one of those days. Today I'm actually going to go and do something. So I've got some chores lined up. I've got a beach trip lined up. I think I'm going to take myself to the beach. And so I thought I'd bring you along for the journey so that I'm not entirely on my own. I'm not going to bother putting any makeup on today. I'm not going to bother doing my hair. It's still in sort of the top knot that I slept in. It's literally going to be a very lazy day today. I'm going to make a lovely iced coffee with some oat milk and settle down. So I haven't lived in my house long, so I haven't like decorated or anything yet, but I'm going to sit down and watch Things Seen and Heard. By sit down, I mean it looks like I'm going to have a nice time. By the way, yeah, you can tell children live here. There's children's books, there's toys all over there. I haven't tidied up yet, but I'm going to sit there for a bit, watch some TV, drink my coffee, but actually I'm really going to be sorting through all of this laundry that I've just brought out of the garage, which I've been drying over the last couple of days when I've been at work. So it's going to be that's going to be a productive morning, and then after that I think that's when I might take myself off to the beach. How are you doing down there, Barry? It's all well. It's all well. How are you? So me and the cat have just finished watching that film, and it gave me a lot of old vibes of my old house, where especially at the beginning when they first started moving in, and they sort of move into this really old house built at the end of the 1800s, and things start going, the weird things start to happen as they move in, and they meet some unusual people. And that's how it felt when we moved into our old cottage, which was built back at the beginning of the 1800s. And it had the same sort of vibe, the weird sort of everything needing done up, and the old window panes and the weird noises and smells in the night. So I have packed myself a little picnic, and I'm going to take myself off on a little drive, and I'm going to go to the beach, I think, and read my book. So the sun appears to have gone in a little bit, which is perfect for me because I'm not a great sun worshipper. I don't really like being out in the sun. So I'm quite happy with the temperature as it is. There's a nice breeze, and I'm the only person here so far. There's no cars parked down the way, and it's quite a walk in. So I'm off into the great unknown, except it's not the great unknown because I come here all the time, but you know what I mean. I saw a huge sea eagle down here last time I was down. It was just on the rocks there, and then it flew off that way. You get some really big eagles down here, which is something I've really enjoyed about living here, all the different wildlife and things that we've got to see that we didn't see beforehand. Yeah, but it's not here today, unfortunately, unless it's hiding somewhere, but not that I can see. But I'm nearly at my favourite part now, nearly at the beach. Definitely not looking like the sun's coming back. It looks like it's going to be a bit of a cloudy one, but that suits me because I don't want to sunburn. I just want to sit and read and enjoy the peace and quiet. The tide's quite far out today. It's one of the furthest I've seen it out down here. I might try and get on some of the rocks and get into the middle and just see how far out I can get. But there's been some orcas spotted down here recently, so you never know. I might be lucky, probably not. But I have seen orcas in the wild before. I have seen them before, but just not here. I've seen them when I lived further down the other end of Scotland. A huge pod of orcas came, was it last summer or the summer before? Whatever it was, I saw them all jumping out and all the dorsal fins. Yeah, it was a really good experience, but I'd like to see the ones up here. So we're here. I think I found my reading spot. My reading spot's gonna be right here on this rock, so I can watch the water, sit here, enjoy some views, and try not to fall to my death, you know, the usual things, things. Since I last saw you, I have just had a horrific experience, shall we say. I came for a walk further along the rocks and things, and I basically just wanted to get to the edge, which, I mean, I have. I made it to the edge. However, on my way, there was a little bit of a disagreement with a bee, and this bee just flew out my head. And so I moved my bag and I hit my glasses. Managed to hit my own glasses off my face, and they fell down there. Now, I can't see without my glasses at all. It was like a movie moment where I just thought, this has actually happened. And I got them back, like someone out there was looking out for me. Honestly, I had to climb down there. I'm going to stand up again, even though I was just climbing back up, saying to myself that I'll never have to do this again. But look, I ended up having to go all the way down that way, down there, and my glasses were on the edge. Or after I climbed down, maybe I'll take a moment to sit back down because I don't want to fall to my death. So I had to do this without any sort of sight because my glasses were gone, and they were like that far from being in the sea, and that sea down there is pretty deep. It's pretty deep down there. Yeah, I thought that might be the end of it, and I couldn't just leave them because I can't drive home or get home because I'd have to walk across all of these rocks and things all the way back that way, which is quite a way without any glasses on, which I mean, there's lots of like stumbly bits and bits where I would possibly fall if I don't have any glasses on. So I mean, that was a bit of excitement that I wasn't expecting. This was supposed to be a nice casual day, but I mean, it is me, and I do tend to have these sort of ridiculous events. But anyway, I made it. I still haven't seen any whales. There's been no whales, no dolphins. I did see a fish jump out, but I mean, that's not terribly exciting. So I'm gonna now try and make my way back over the rocks with my glasses on, and maybe make my way home because the weather's getting a little bit chillier now. It's starting to really cloud in a bit, so I think I'll head back and yeah, just sit around in the house for a bit, I think. So this was what I'm saying about the walk back. So I've got to walk over all of this sort of rocky good stuff, but there's loads of little stumbly areas where you can just fall straight down, and without my glasses on I wouldn't have been able to see which parts of the rock were okay to stand on and which parts led down there. That's how I got down there. That's how I got down to get my glasses. So I am very, very lucky that I didn't die, but it is quite a difficult sort of walk back. Beautiful though. Anyone else enjoy walking along in the middle of nowhere and enjoying a little bit of true crime podcast? Because I've been doing it all the way along the road, and then every little noise that I hear is clearly a murderer from the true crime podcast. I mean, of course they've come over from the Rocky Mountains of America just to slay me here on the Isle of Mull. They knew I was going to listen to it, you see, so they came and they're hiding in the bushes. Does that happen to anyone else, or is that just a thing that I do? In other news, I'm almost back to the car, and I managed to avoid any rain, even though it looks over the hills like the rain might be coming. But right over past all of that, it looks like sunshine. So I'm thinking it might not be that bad weather when I get home, which is good because I've got some washing hanging out on the line. Oh, my life is so exciting. So I'm back out again and I've come on another little walk. I've come having a look for some fairy houses. There's some fairy houses in the woods that have just been built, and all sorts of little sort of foresty creatures. So, I mean, here we've got an owl. It's quite cute. And then I think I'm going to go to the shop and I'm going to pick up a bottle of wine for this evening, and I've got my husband home this evening and we're going to watch some Walking Dead with a nice bottle of wine for me, because I like wine, he doesn't, and I think that's how my night's going to end. So I'm quite looking forward to that because it's been quite a long day.